Before we get into details, let's start with the key mantra, and that is distinct in the context of the contract. Take a pause and store these words in a safe corner of your head and let that kick in time and again. Trust me, you will find that really coming handy later on. I'll just pause here for a few seconds to let you gaze on these words. Reason I emphasized distinct in the context of the contract because you need to identify distinct goods and services that you have promised to deliver to the customer in the contract. Each distinct goods and service promised in the contract is a separate performance obligation. Another very important point to note is performance obligation not only includes what has been explicitly agreed in the contract, but also include those implied by customer from customary business practices or published policies, etc., provided arrangements are enforceable. A very common example is service warranty associated with most of the goods and service where manufacturer of the goods or principal provider of services provides warranty to the customer to make good any deficiency in the product or service if that occur during the warranty period. In such case, transaction price is not only allocated to goods and service but will also be allocated to the associated warranty. Since I just talked about warranty, it is important that I tell you which warranty is separate performance obligation and which one is not. Usually, assurance warranty is not regarded as separate performance obligation, whereas service warranty is regarded as separate performance obligation. You will need to make an assessment in the light of the promise in the contract to determine if warranty to the customer is an assurance warranty or service warranty. Service warranty is to be treated as separate performance obligation. Now, take a look at how performance obligation has been defined in the standard. A performance obligation is a promise to a customer to transfer a goods or service or a bundle of goods or service that is distinct, or a series of distinct goods or services that are substantially the same and that have the same pattern of transfer to the customer. On the very first read, this may sound a little confusing, but it's actually not. Once you get used to the terminology, you will start finding them easy to understand. For the moment, what you should actually carry over from this definition is distinct goods or service, which I did emphasize at the very outset that you must identify in the contract. To determine if a goods or service is distinct, ask following questions. Can customer benefit from the goods or service either on its own or together with other resources that are readily available to the customer? Readily available resources are those that the customer already has or can obtain from a third party. If yes, then ask again. Is the promise to transfer goods or service separate from the other promised goods or service in the contract? If yes, then goods and or service is distinct, and if no, then goods and or service is not distinct. And in this case, you must group goods and services into bundles until they become distinct goods and service, or say distinct performance obligation. It is possible that you may end up combining all goods and services as a single performance obligation in the contract. So crux of the story is you must identify each distinct performance obligation in the contract regardless of whether specifically agreed in the contract or implied by customary business practices, stated policies, and so forth. You will need to apply judgment and consider all relevant facts and circumstances in order to determine if goods or service is separately identifiable from the other promised goods or service in the contract. The objective is to determine whether the nature of the promise within the context of the contract is to transfer each goods or service individually, or instead to transfer a combined output to which the promised goods or services are just inputs. Following example will clarify how to identify separate performance obligations in the contract. You signed an agreement with ABC company to set up cooling system at their office. You also agreed that you will procure all materials and services needed for setting up of the cooling system. In this contract, expectation of the customer is you will procure all air conditioning unit, you will procure all other material and accessories like wire, switches, etc. Engage technician to do the setup, and after setup is complete, cooling system will be up and running. Air conditioning unit, wire, switches, services of technician are all distinct goods and services by itself. However, in the context of the contract, they must be combined together to determine the performance obligation. In this contract, you are providing significant service of integrating various inputs, turn them into a combined output. Therefore, in the context of this contract, there is only one performance obligation, that is to deliver an up and running cooling system at customer's office.